Hello and welcome to episode 13, I think we're at, of the Talking Aussie Hoops podcast. We've got a very special guest in today, but before I give away anything about our guest, I want to start off by telling a bit of a story. So, for those who don't know, I played basketball for Diamond Valley, and so at the end of my top age under 18 season, this was 2 years ago, late 2022, just about to head over to the United States because we had a bit of a tour over there. And so essentially we had these training sessions, obviously in the lead up, and I remember it was the second training session. And so I was playing the four, right? And me as a 6'2" guy playing the four, it's like, I don't know about that, but weird decision, but that's okay. I was guarding a pick and roll, right? So Jesse being 6'5", 6'6", whatever you are, and obviously, pretty build compared to me, 6'2", kind of lanky, put on a bit of muscle since, but anyways, Jesse gets the ball out of this pick and roll, comes directly at me, and I remember he comes straight at my chest, and I remember going like, oh, like the second you hit me, I'm like, yeah, look, there's a reason this guy's varsity, I'm junior varsity, but that's all right. But enough of me talking. Without further ado, welcoming to the podcast, we have Jesse McIntosh. How are you, mate?
No, I'm good, mate. Appreciate you having me on. Appreciate it.
No, very, very happy to have you on. And yeah, the first question I want to ask you, obviously growing up in Australia, like I feel like most people, start off, that their sports and everything playing footy. Were you always basketball, or were you, one of those people that ended up playing footy too?
No, I played both for quite a long time, and I actually loved footy more than basketball for a good portion of when I was younger. And I had a lot of success in footy. Like my team won gold a few times, so I really did love footy, and it's just a different culture, and it's just definitely footy was big for me or even like 2 years ago I quit, so not even that long ago. Like,
were you still playing 2 years ago?
I played a little bit on and off, like with my boys from Q Rovers, because we were winning and stuff, and I jumped in the gold medal game. So yeah, I played it quite a bit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Being in Australia, obviously footy has a massive impact, but I mean, basketball the last couple of years has really grown. But like, obviously, who do you follow like in the NBA? Because that's probably what got you into basketball and everything. Like, do you have a team or a player that you ended up following?
Look, I struggle having a team because I think just like dudes move so much.
Yeah.
But I think like it's a cliche one, but like LeBron, like I just love LeBron. Like he's so big and dominant. Like another one for me was actually Damian Lillard. I just loved the way like he always like took the moment. He was the man of the moment, and I always admired that big time about him. So someone I watched closely as well.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Speaking of taking the moment and like hitting big shots, one story I'm going to tell you right now. This was in America. I can't remember who we were playing. But obviously I was in the JV team, so my game was on first, and then you guys were playing afterwards. You had this play where the game went into overtime, right? And you like roll your ankle pretty badly or pretty nasty.
Yes,
I'm like, oh, this guy's done. And then he's just all of a sudden, stays in the game. He's hobbling around and ends up in overtime. You hit this 3-pointer like right on the buzzer to win the game.
Yeah.
Just like, what was that like? Like, what's it like being in those moments and being able to, in clutch time, just know what to do?
Yeah. I mean, that moment was pretty cool. I mean, having you guys up there, and you guys were all pretty loud about it.
Yeah.
Obviously in America, but it was also scary. We weren't in a safe place. I remember that game.
Yeah.
We weren't in a safe place, and the whole crowd was against us, and we just won, and we're getting loud, and I'm just like, we need to shut up. Like we need to just get out of here. But no, those big moments. I mean, when you get a chance to like have a big moment, like it's just like you're lucky. Like honestly, like when I do have a chance to like when it's a close game, I'm always like, and I'm on the court, or I might get a chance to have an opportunity to win the game. It's just like you got to like honestly like treasure those moments because they're the best moments of basketball. And like when I get it, I'm literally like I'm nervous, but I'm also like this is so fun, and like hopefully I can do something with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I feel like I do remember going into that high school. There was like security guards with like guns out the front.
Yeah, I remember everything from that game, man. Scary game.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, so obviously, we'll touch on NBL one and stuff in a minute. But
Yeah.
as a player, do you have like a particular player that you kind of like model your game around or like compare to?
In Australia, when I was younger, I'd say until like a year ago now, I really, really liked Mitch Creek like a
Oh
lot.
yeah,
I just thought he was like I admired like how fit he was and like healthy he looked all the time.
yeah,
Like how he's like I know more now than I did then, but like he's like fit as hell. Like he's really healthy, like really healthy. Like
yeah,
and like I just admired the way he was like a dominant force on the court. It's kind of like
yeah,
LeBron. Like not saying he's LeBron, but like just like I really do like those type of players where it's just like they're a force like on the court, and that's what I
yeah,
try and do like when I can.
yeah. No, absolutely. Um, yeah, for you, I guess, playing top age 18s. Firstly, I just found it crazy that like I finished off basketball and then we obviously had that USA trip and like you were just amazing on the court. And then the fact that you were going back to Diamond Valley as top age or bottom age 18s or whatever, I'm like, hang on, how the hell are you still in 18s? I'm like,
Yeah,
this guy's insane. He's just
I
built like
appreciate
a
it.
man. Like that was crazy. But going from like top age 18s and then the next season, like I've done a bit of commentary and like court announcing and stuff for Diamond Valley's NBL one team, and then all of a sudden you're starting NBL one games for Diamond Valley.
Mm,
It's like, hang on, you
yeah,
were top age 18s, 2
yeah.
or 3 months ago. Now you're starting NBL one. What was that like?
Well, starting was crazy because like I don't know if I'm assuming you wouldn't know because I haven't really told anyone, but that was the second game, our second game
Yeah,
of the season, and in the first game of the season we played Eltham at Eltham, and
yeah.
I didn't get suited up. I was the only guy that didn't get suited up in that game. So
Oh, that's crazy.
Trevor Lee suited up 12 guys, and I was literally the only guy that didn't get suited up that night. And then like barely anything happened. Like I think Joel Capitola got like hurt his hamstring a little bit that night.
Yeah,
So he didn't play the next week. But like we're just at training before we played Sandringham at home. And Trev's just like, you're starting on the weekend. I'm like, what? I'm like, hold on, what? Like I wasn't even in the top 12 and then I was starting and I was so
yeah.
nervous, man. Best moment, but also so nervous when I found out. I was like, oh my God. And we're playing Sandringham. You know how good Sandringham are. Like,
Oh, their team is unreal.
yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
that was crazy moment, man.
yeah. But just for NBL one, just in general, like it's such a good league now. Like there's so many NBL guys are down there. Like you're pretty much guarding and playing on NBL one, on NBL guys like every week.
Yeah.
In regards to who you've had to guard, did you have like a hardest player that you guarded at any point in the season?
Um, I think I think probably the hardest one was the Knox guard. Very good. You know who I'm talking about?
Is that Nunn, Brody Nunn?
No. Well, he's very good,
Knox.
but their import. I don't know why it's just slipped my
Oh,
mind. It's just
I
slipped
feel
my
like
mind.
I feel like I know
Oh,
exactly who you're talking about, but I can't think of him.
uh, well, him,
Oh,
and then also I also had Jonathan Lorden from
yeah,
Ringwood. Um, he's just like you felt like he was getting
yeah,
where he wanted to get most of the time. Like I don't think the both times he played us, I don't think he made a lot of shots, but he got to where he wanted to most of the time.
yeah,
Um, so those two, yeah, just
yeah.
those
No,
like
fair enough.
fast, crafty point guards.
Yeah,
But I was lucky; I got a chance to guard. Like I tried to at least. Well, that was kind of my role was to guard that whole season. Like I wasn't going to be
yeah,
an offensive guy, so I was like playing defense the whole season. Really, I mean
mm,
Glover's amazing. Like,
yeah,
but yeah,
yeah. No, there you go. Well, speaking of players, obviously you had to guard. Like I've met a lot of the Diamond Valley guys. It's a good group. Did you have a particular favorite teammate at all at Diamond Valley?
oh man, you put me
I
in
don't
this
want to.
position.
I don't want to add any tension
Wow.
there.
All right, I'm gonna give you two. All
Yeah,
right, I'm gonna give you Bando and Rick. They have their own song as well. They call themselves Bando and Rick. So
yeah,
have to put them together.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two just crack ups and two of my good mates. So definitely,
Yeah.
but the whole team, like we had a really good culture last year. Like normally culture leads to winning. Last year didn't really lead to winning as much, but we had a really good off court culture as a team
Yeah.
for sure.
No, that's really good. But in regards to just NBL one, like in its totality, like how do you think that like improved yourself just as a basketball player? Because I mean, being jumping from VC under 18s to to NBL one, now you're against some of the best athletes in Australia. Like, what's that like for someone like you to just like in regards to development?
Bro, for my development, it was crazy. Like honestly, like it really is such a big jump. Like it is a professional league. Like it is. Like and
Yeah,
there's dudes that like there's multiple imports in the NBL one that could be in the NBL. Like there's a lot of NBL players playing now and the league's jumped.
yeah,
Like but I'd say in terms of my development, just like I mean, there's always you can get stronger by being in the gym, like always.
yeah,
But there's a different type of strength when you're playing basketball. Like when I hit you with that bump, that's not even just that's not strength, that's timing. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And you kind of learn all those little things from the stronger dudes is like they know when to use their body and stuff. So that's
yeah,
one thing I definitely learned was like use of my body and just like how to be physical on defense because they're stronger than me, those guys, like at where I am at
yeah,
my age and where I am now. So defensively, I learned so much, man. Like I can't even
yeah,
explain it to you. Like I just feel like a better defender now after that season, just because I learned from those dudes that I got to play against. I mean, I named some of them for you, like, and you got to find a way, and that was kind of
yeah.
how, like, yeah. So I learned a lot from that.
Yeah, absolutely. But just in regards to your play style, like you're one of the shiftiest, like the way you play, at least offensively, like you're so fun to watch. But like I remember I don't know what happened in regards to the season, but I wasn't doing much like commentating in what's it called? And court announcing like early on in the season. But towards like kind of the end, the last like month or two, I was doing quite a bit. And just seeing you go at these guys like offensively, just doing spin moves and everything. And it's like, hang on, this guy, like he's not only, he's been obviously pushed into this role on the team, but not only is he here, but he's actually like making an impact, like fast break dunks, things like that, just going at the guys. Like, what's like, how do you get confidence from that? Obviously, going from, playing against some of the best.
I mean, like, I think one thing about getting confidence to do that stuff in game is like, do you do it in training? So like
Yeah.
training, like I kind of like I trained pretty hard with NBL one that whole season. Like I was really trying to like go in and get a feel for the guys and stuff. Like, and then I think I've always been like a kind of the way I play. Like I get confidence by like I'm a confidence player. So like if I
Yeah.
get one thing to go, then it's kind of like I can kind of get it start rolling. So it's kind of in
Yeah.
my head. I have the saying of like get the ball rolling. So like
Yeah.
that's like so if I get a little steal in the first quarter, then I'm like okay, like let's play a little bit, and then one thing leads to another, and then I started feeling really confident.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it's more of a mindset thing. It's just like just trying
Yeah.
any little thing that I can do to give myself positive feedback. I'm just like all right, let's just keep building from there. So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And just taking it back a bit, like so you've obviously made plenty of Vic teams, and we'll touch on playing for Australia, what you did quite recently. But obviously you've played for many Vic teams and everything. Was there a particular moment or like season? I'll go any particular season where you thought, okay, if I take this basketball thing seriously, like I could be very good. Because obviously
Yeah.
you've made Vic teams and everything, but like yeah, was there a season that you thought, okay, this is the season where I've just elevated myself quite a bit?
Um. Look, honestly, like I'll be honest, like under 18s, I came in injured with my ankle from that ankle that I did in America.
Oh, fair
And
enough.
so I wasn't fit enough. And that before that, I kind of was feeling like, I could do something with basketball, but then
Mm.
like like, don't get me wrong, that broke my spirit, that under 18s
Yeah,
nationals. Like I didn't have a good nationals. Like I wasn't, performing well. We won as a team, but I just wasn't like, I don't really think I was a contributor. Like I stopped playing as much. And that like broke my spirit, to be honest, in terms of that
yeah,
Vic thing. And then the most recent one, I was healthy. I trained a lot going up to it. and I got a chance to, kind of be a real big impact guy on my team. And yeah, that one, I was like, all right, get that confidence back. Like, let's go. We can do something. And then from there, it's kind of just been building like through NBL 1 and, obviously the Oz team all helps. And it's just, yeah. So the recent one I would say is the one that really like made my mindset kind of go, do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I guess we'll jump straight into that. But before we get to anything in regards to playing, like what's it like representing Australia? Like not just Victoria, not just, your local rep club or whatever, like wearing Australia, wearing the green and gold on your chest. Like what's that like?
Yeah, man. Like I'll tell you a little bit. Like, so I didn't make the first Oz team. So there was they did one in Oceania for my age group. I didn't make it. That was after the under-18s nationals. And so I kind of ruled myself out of making an Oz team. And then I had a good Oz camp. And then so the day I found out that I made the Oz team, I had been like dog sick, like sick as a dog. Like I hadn't moved all week. Like I was vomiting. I'm on my bed. I get an email and it said I made the Oz team. I like sprinted up and down the house. Right, I'm going crazy. And then I start vomiting after because I'm so sick. But I was like that happy. Like making Oz team was like crazy to me. Like I was so happy about that. Like I've never probably felt that excitement in my whole life. Like it meant so much to me. And then just like the little moments, like when you're over there and you're like they're singing the anthem before a game, and they're like lining up. It's just like, damn, like I'm really getting to play for my country.
Yeah,
like, something you dream of. Like, but long story short, man, it's like the best feeling ever. Like I can't even explain.
I can only imagine. I even found just like with our US trip a few years ago, just as I'd play the national anthem before the game. It's like, like even that's just really cool. But like the fact like playing internationally, but not only just playing for Australia, but also playing against other countries. Like, what's that like? Like you're against the best guys of other countries.
Yeah. I mean, other countries, like, it's all a learning experience. Like, you really see, like, their style of basketball, where their countries are with basketball, like, how good they are. And you just learn things. Like, I can tell you right now, Mongolia wasn't very impressive. Like, you learn things like that. Like, and you just learn their style of basketball and what they're being taught growing up. And then you compare it to what we're being taught growing up. And that was a cool thing. It's just like, it's all kind of a learning experience, all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, winning the grand final against New Zealand, you guys obviously won pretty comfortably. But in regards to like the competition itself, like how did you find that? What was it called? It was called Under-18 Asia Cup. It was called
Asia Cup.
Yeah. How did you actually find the competition, like in its totality?
Look, it was good. I mean, to be honest, like I didn't play as much as other guys, but we dominated that tournament. Like, to be real, like we did. So it was interesting. Like there were definitely a few games where we kind of felt like we'd get pushed. Like Japan, we kind of thought would push us a bit, and we definitely thought New Zealand would push us a bit. But I think we just came out like our defense was so hard as a team, and you could just tell we wanted them more than every team, to be honest. So I think like I think they're good. It was just like I just think we wanted, like, we were so locked in, man, like as a team. But
yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously, I asked you the question before: who's your favorite teammate for DV? But what about this Aussie team?
This Aussie team. Goddamn. I'll say Jack Whitbourne because he's been one of my best mates since growing up. So I'll say Jack Whitbourne. But
that's fair. That's fair. Obviously in that grand final, obviously, like I got the score here, 96-33 against New Zealand. Like you said, being locked in from the start, like that's firstly, like that as a scoreline is crazy for a grand final. But like obviously, touched on before for Diamond Valley, obviously, feeling some nerves for that kind of thing. But when you're playing like on an international stage and in a grand final, I mean, obviously you guys won pretty comfortably, but like, what was it like playing in like a grand final on like such a big and such a high stage?
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing, man. Like, I mean, like even representing your country alone is like an
Mm.
awesome feeling, and you're lucky to do it. And then obviously a grand final, having a chance to win an Asia Cup, like
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like it's fairy tale stuff. Like it really is. Like it's just like it was cool, man, and just like winning that gold medal, like.
Yeah.
I mean, we won, and then we're celebrating like crazy, and then 20 minutes later we're on a plane. Like,
Oh, really?
so we didn't really get the chance to celebrate as much, but don't worry, those 20 minutes we were all jumping around, throwing water around, like so. But yeah, nah. I mean, winning a gold medal like that for your country, I mean, I'll keep that
Yeah.
medal forever. Let's hope I don't lose it.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
that's crazy. So obviously, you played in Jordan, was it correct?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What was Jordan like as a place?
I mean, I think everyone when I told them we were playing in Jordan was a bit like, hold on,
Huh?
isn't there
Yeah.
like more stuff going on over there right now?
Yeah.
Um, but when we were over there, I mean, we didn't spend a lot of time outside. I'll be real.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looked like a clean place. Like it's just so different. Like you get to see a
Yeah.
whole different side of the world, and that's kind of one of the things that basketball opens up. Is just like
Yeah.
you just see this whole completely different side of things, and like
Yeah.
everything just looks different. Like I think Jordan, I've traveled a lot. Like I really have. Like I've been to China, America a few times, but Jordan was the one time where I really felt like I was in a different country. Like
Yeah.
America is like it's kind of similar. Like it's different,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
it's not as
No,
different, but
absolutely.
Jordan, like everything looks so different. Like it's
Yeah.
just like, damn, I'm in a different place. Like,
Yeah.
but it was cool. I mean, again, it's like I mean, you just cherish that stuff, and you're lucky to go there. And yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah. No, that's really good. Um, I see on the basketball court, just through like I don't know, highlight clips, Instagram, everything. You've been wearing the Sabrinas lately on the court, the
Yes,
basketball shoes.
yeah.
What's your go-to shoe at the moment on the court? So obviously you've been wearing the Sabrinas a bit. Do you have a go-to shoe or like a favorite shoe of yours?
I'll be honest. Like a lot of people do, I really don't because
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know if you know. I don't know if you remember, but I'm size 17 feet. So
Jesus.
so getting the same
Take what
shoe
you can get.
twice. Yeah, it's really take what you can get. We're getting the same shoe twice is like pretty crazy. Like, if I want Kobe's,
Wow.
like it's hard to get and stuff. And like so I never really stick to a shoe line because it's just like what can I get? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so it's like so yeah, that's kind of I don't have a favorite shoe at all, man. It's just dad, they're on custom, can we get them? You
No,
know what I
no,
mean?
that's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, I guess I'll touch on the news that broke. I'll have to ask you exactly when it broke, but you've just been recruited to South Dakota in the US. Like, firstly, congratulations. That's
Thank you, man.
crazy. My first question to you about that's like, what's the process been like? Like looking for colleges.
It might be a hefty answer,
Yeah.
but I went on the AUSA trip. I don't know how much
Yep.
you know about them.
Yep.
And
Yep.
firstly, they're an amazing like recruiting base, like
Yep.
really, really helpful, and got a chance to play against a lot of Division One coaches. Like every game we played, like Sam, we were playing in front of like 30 Division One schools.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
so it was full on, and the recruiting process was full on for me. Like I played well in America, and I got like a few dudes on the team got really hefty, like gone after by colleges, and I got a lot of recruitment from that, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's an amazing thing, but then it's also like, okay, but you're having seven different dudes texting you every day, talking
Yeah.
small talk, recruiting you, and that goes on for months, and then you're just like, you're sick of it. So I got to a point where I was sick of it, me personally. I loved
Yeah.
the first 2 weeks, so don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, um, get me on visits so I can find out where I want to go and just commit and have this over and done with so I can focus on getting better.
Yeah.
It's just a distraction, really.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You're at school and then you have Division One schools texting you. It's just like, why would I be in school right now if I can go? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's just so distracting. And
Yeah.
then, um, so I organized to go on 3 schools to visit.
Yeah. Nice.
So I was going to South Dakota first, and then I was going to University of Vermont, and then I was going to
Yep.
University of San Diego.
Yep.
And from the get go, South Dakota had like recruited me the hardest, like by
Yeah.
far. Like shout out Coach Sean Smith was taking me as an assistant, was texting me all the time and like phone calls, and I
Yeah.
just felt like that, like they were after me and I was a top priority for them. And then I kind of got there and it just like it solidified it. Like, I mean, the facilities are amazing anyway. You go in America, you know that.
Yeah.
And I just really clicked with the coaches and the people there.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. It's a small town feel, and I really, really liked that. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't want to be in a big city. And it was just like those places where you just feel like you fit in, and I just felt like it was good for basketball and it was good for life, and it was just like it was a pretty easy decision. Like I actually
Yeah.
committed on the day of the visit and didn't go to
Yeah.
either
Wow.
of the two other visits. I just went straight home. Like I was that confident.
Oh, really? Yeah. Wow.
Which a lot of the people in my life would tell you was a stupid decision. I should have gone to visit other ones, but no, I don't listen to it because it just felt like that's where I wanted to be, and I didn't want to waste time going to a place I didn't want to be. Like I wanted to be there, and I was sure of it, so I just came home.
Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like anything. You go to a place where you feel that you're wanted. You go to a place that you love, that you enjoy. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want basketball to. I don't know. Like if you're not enjoying it, you're probably, in some regards, are probably not going to enjoy basketball as much as you could. But, if you love the place where you are,
Yeah,
obviously that goes a massive way.
definitely.
But yeah, but when you think about it, like just like I'm sure you've grown up and played like NBA 2K and everything, but like growing up and you're like kind of your story and being recruited by colleges and stuff is like the my career storyline.
Yep.
Like how's that? Like that's crazy to just say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never thought of it as a my career storyline. I'll be real, but I guess if you look at it, but like it's just, I mean, like I kind of sounded like it wasn't an amazing thing when I said I got sick of it. The first 2 weeks when I say amazing was like I'm really
Yeah.
getting to go to America. Like I'm really getting to do this. Like this is actually my dream. Like I really am getting to live my dream. Like by going to America, and
Yeah.
there is no feeling like that. Like honestly, when you just like think like, oh, this is where I want to be, and I'm probably gonna get there. It's just like full on. Like
Yeah.
and colleges wanting you and recruiting you. Like it's one of the best feelings ever. And I'll tell anyone
Yeah.
that. It's just when you got 7 dudes giving small talk every day. It's just a bit like, and it goes on for an excessive amount of time. It's just a bit like, all right, where am I going?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I
man.
mean, no, man, you're right. It's amazing, and anyone that gets
Yeah.
to do it is so lucky. Like and I'm grateful for it all, man. Honest.
Yeah. No, that's so cool. One of the last questions I'll ask you, why go the college route? Obviously we've got, professional leagues out here. Why go the college route over anything else?
I just think like the opportunity to like play, like really, like, I mean, I think DP is a great thing to do. Being a development player is a great thing to do. You learn
Yeah.
from dudes that are really full-time professionals, ex-NBA
Yeah.
players and all that here in Melbourne. But I just think like if you get to play, like it's just like I feel like that's where I've learned most throughout my
Yeah.
career. And NBA one, I learned through playing, and it's just like
Yeah.
I want to play, and I just want to, change it up. I mean, obviously, the thing is, basketball it gives you the opportunity to go around the world, and
Yeah.
like I'm going to take that opportunity and get to go
Yeah.
live in America for a few years and learn what their life's like. It's not even just about like basketball's huge, but then it's also like, why not learn and get to
Yeah.
travel the world as well at the same time? And it's just like, it just was the right path for me. I'm not necessarily saying it's the right path, for the next guy down the line, but it's just for me, that's where I think
Yeah.
suits me the best. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess it's just cool kind of saying like I'm playing basketball in America. Like being an Aussie, just saying like, you know what are you doing? Yeah, I'm playing basketball in America. Like it just
Yeah.
has that prestige to it. It's crazy.
No,
It's
yeah,
unreal.
I've received quite a lot of love from all my friends and family, so it's been,
Yeah,
it's what you really want, man. So,
yeah. But yeah, a question I got for you. How's your family taking everything? Obviously you moving to the other side of the world. Like
yeah,
that's a big jump. Like you're obviously I'm assuming you're going by yourself.
yeah.
Um like what's that like?
Um,
Like how have your family been?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't think. look, I don't think it's settled in yet. I mean, if you
Yeah.
speak to a lot of people that have been doing what I'm doing, going to college, whatever level, I don't feel like it really will set in until it's like, all right, this is my
Yeah.
last dinner with you guys. All right, this is my last lunch. All right, this is last sleep here in Melbourne for 4 years
Yeah.
or whatever, how long it is. That's when it really sets in, because until then, it's just like every other day. So,
Yeah.
look, I mean, I kind of hope they don't take it well. It wouldn't be good if they didn't care.
See
You
you
know what I
later.
mean? You know what I mean? But nah, I'm sure they won't be too happy about it when time runs around. But I think they all know. I think everyone knows that it's all my family, that it's like that's been my dream and it's what I need to
Yeah.
do if I want to take the next step in basketball. So I think everyone's kind of behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that's really cool. I know for me, my mum would just be like holding on to me, don't go.
Yeah.
That'd be
No,
crazy.
I remember your mom, and she did love you very much, and I'm sure she would.
She, it's funny. I was going through some old like clips and stuff from there, and just the screaming was insane. It was unreal.
Yes, she was a big time supporter. I remember
Yes.
her and George.
Yeah, unreal. But okay, yeah, okay. My last question for you. I mean, obviously, if you were to stop playing basketball right now, like what you've been able to achieve, NBL one, obviously like highest of high levels in junior basketball, obviously representing Australia. But what's next for you? You're obviously going over to college, but like, what's your goal with basketball?
My ultimate goal, like, is the NBA for sure. I
Yeah,
mean, if any way I can get there, and if it's not even the NBA, a goal of mine is, I have a list of my goals right here, but a
yeah,
goal of mine is to play in a professional league around the world, be able
yeah,
to, I do want to spend a chunk of my life moving around, playing professional in different
yeah,
parts of the world, getting to see the different parts of the world, not even just for basketball, like I said before, just the
yeah,
lifestyles. And then, I mean, obviously, if I can get to the NBA, it's dreams come true stuff. So,
yeah,
but I mean, just getting to play professional anywhere and just saying, not even just saying, but like being able to like know that my job is to do what I love. Like,
mm,
I really do love to like just play basketball, and
yeah,
that would fulfill everything for me. So that would probably be my goal, was just be a professional basketball player.
yeah.
You know,
There's not much you can beat saying that you get paid to play basketball, to put a
literally,
ball in a
literally
basket.
nothing. Literally nothing. Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with you
that's
on that one,
crazy.
mate.
Perfect. All right. Well, Jesse, we are rooting for you, mate. Obviously, going over to the US is absolutely crazy. Yeah, no, I can't wait to hear all the stories and stuff, and see how you go, and hopefully that NBA dream comes true for you. But yeah, no, again, much appreciated. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Nah,
Yeah, obviously had a
appreciate you
great
big
chat
time, mate.
tonight. It's been good getting to chat to you again. But yeah, for all the viewers on the podcast, we'll be back very soon. Stay tuned for our show, and we'll see you next time. Perfect. Thanks, Jesse.
Appreciate you, mate.